fear in you, there is no way you can serve God in fear. Yes, inferiority complex must be kicked out of your life so that you serve God and receive from God, and so that you may taste the goodness of God in reality. There is no way you can serve God double-mindedly and expect something from God. There is no way you can give double-mindedly and accept something from God. It reaches a point that someone somewhere has to be bold and courageous. Yes, it takes courage to do the will of God. It takes courage to take the word of God as it is. It takes courage to seek God in truth and in spirit. It takes courage to make tough decisions that appertains to your callings and your ministry. Yes, it takes courage to wait upon the Lord. Without courage, expect nothing in Christianity. Joshua chapter 23. Yes, this is a period where Joshua was old and advancing here. So he was thinking and anticipating to hand over his mantle to his predecessor, but to his followers, something like that. So something happened when he was just about to hand over the mantle. He called a gathering, a meeting, and started telling them and reminding them the good things that the Lord has done in the past and the good things that the Lord is going to do in the future. But there was an advice that he gave the Israelites that is found in the book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 6. The Bible says that, therefore, be very courageous. Be very courageous. Yes, you have to be very courageous. Not just courageous. Not just having that courage, but very courageous. Yet that means you need to have that courage to the higher, not to the highest point of view, so that you may receive from God. Amen?
Amen.
Yes. Therefore, be very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, lest you turn aside from it to the left, to the right hand, or to the left. Yes, for you to follow what is written in the book of the law. Which is that book of the law? It's the Bible. For you to follow and do what is written in the book of law, you have to be very courageous. Not just courageous, but very courageous. Yes, for you to fast, you have to be very courageous. Yes, I'm fasting and I'm expecting the Lord. I'm expecting the Lord to do something remarkable in my life. Yes, I'm praying courageously and I'm expecting power to come out of my prayer. Yes, I'm prophesying by faith in my life, in my future. Very courageous, not just courageously, but very courageously, so that the Lord in heaven will see it and reward me. And the Bible says that we have to be zealous. Let me not use fanatic, because fanatical looks a bit offensive or abusive. Let me use this term, zealot or zealous. You need to have that zeal before you receive from God. The Bible says that when after Christ was baptized by John the Baptist, he was led by the Spirit of God to the wilderness to fast for 40 days. After fasting for 40 days, yes, he was tested 3 days. After being tested 3 days, yes, he overwhelmed the wings of the devil. So he came down from the mountain and started his ministry spontaneously. Yes, with a lot of courage, with a lot of power and authority. Yes, after that, it is said that he healed the sick, he the blind, he made the blind to regain their sight. Yes, he fed thousands. He did miracles and wonders. Why did he do that? He did that because of the courage that he had. The courage that he had and he got from the mountain, believing in his heart that his enemy, his foe, is defeated. Yeah, and that's the courage that we need in life. When we face life, when we face challenges, when we face sickness, we have to remind ourselves very courageously that in Calvary, the devil or Satan, who is our greatest adversary, is already defeated. Yet the devil is nothing but a defeated foe. You need to believe and take heart wherever you move around by telling yourself that I'm courageous in Christ. I'm not walking in this road just because I'm walking. I'm not just healthy just for the sake of being healthy. I'm like this because of He who liveth, because of my Redeemer who liveth in heaven, is why I am the way I am in my modus operandi. Why? When you believe like that, when you live like that, you become very courageous. Yes, your courage is not supposed to be measured by anything material. Yes, your courage as a minister is not supposed to be weighed under the foundation of the heaviness of your academic credential, of your theological divinity degrees. Yes, your courage as a man of God is not supposed to be weighed by the kind of the type of job that you are doing. Yes, your courage must be set in the foundation of the book of law, which is this book of law is the Bible. This cornerstone, the chief cornerstone that the builders have rejected, has now become the chief cornerstone of your courage. Yes, when you are courageous in everything, when you are courageous, when you are very courageous in your sermons, when you are very courageous in your commands, in your characters, in your habits that pleases God, I'm telling you, all shall be worked for your own advantage. And when that courage matures up, you will end up forgetting about procrastination. You know, fear causes procrastination. And that's why the Bible says that perfect love casteth out fear. Why? Because when you fear, you can't confront. You can't confront what you fear. And there is no way you can achieve in life. There is no way you can get some higher blessings without having that urge of confrontation. Yes, and confrontational, the power to confront anything in life takes courage. Not only courage, but a very great courage. This is what Joshua was talking about. Yes, if you read this story very well, when they went to inquire in that land, what was the name of that land? The land of Jericho, yeah? Yes, I think it was the land of the city of Jericho. When they went to inquire the inhabitants in that land, the 10 spies came back with a very negative report, a report that was full of fear and inferiority complex. Initially, these guys were courageous to go and spy that land because maybe they remembered what the Lord did to them in the past. They both were courageous to go there and spy, believing that the Lord of Israel will protect them from the hands of their adversaries, the dwellers in the land of Jericho. But when they came out of that inquiry, yes, 10 of them were stricken with fear. Yes, their courage was turned to be inferiority complex, and they ended up reporting a very negative report. But I'm telling you, Joshua and Caleb, who are very courageous by bringing back positive reports, depending on their God, magnifying their God and comparing their God with the armies that they have seen in that land that they were inquiring. Then they came up with a very positive report, and it is saying that out of that positive report, Joshua was promoted. Joshua and Caleb were the only people who entered the promised land in the generation that were in the wilderness. Why? It is because these guys were very courageous. Brothers and sisters,
Amen.
the Bible says that the righteous man shall live by faith, but when he saw back, I'm not pleased with me. Yes, if you want to live by the grace, you not only need to be courageous, but very courageous. Yes, ask us who lives by the grace. Yes, sometimes we reach to the walls. Yes, you look at east, south, north, and west, you are seeing nothing. Yes, maybe it is at the end of the month you need to pay your bills, but there is nothing you're seeing coming your way. But you just take courage and telling yourself, I know that if the Lord took me out of mayhem from all these years, I know that I'm going to make it in life. Yes, and out of that courage, you make it. Out of that courage, you get it.
Amen.
Sometimes we miss our blessings. Sometimes we delay our blessings because of lack of courage. Yes, we see the delay that was in the children of Israel when they were coming out of the land of bondage. When they pitched their tent at the shore of Pihahiroth, they were crying, fretting, whining, and complaining. But what was Moses' advice concerning them? Be of great cheer, because the Egyptians you have seen today, you will see them no more. Be very courageous, because the Lord who delivered us from the crooked hands of the wicked Pharaoh is going to do the same today. So what did the Lord advise Moses? He told Moses, stretch your hands towards the river Jordan, and it will part ways. Tell the children of Israel to step in that river, and it will be well with them. And that's what happened. They crossed the river very courageously. Yes, it takes courage for such miracles to happen in our lives. And sometimes we think that any calamity that we encounter in life needs prayer and fasting. But I'm telling you, prayer and fasting alone is not enough. It takes courage to move the hand of God in our lives. It takes courage to move the grace of God in our lives. It takes courage to move the power of God to be operational in our lives. So you need that courage, not only courage, but that very great courage, that courage to the superlative point of view, for you to make it, for you to move and go to the next shore without any predicament striking you. What does it feel, Santa? Yes, you see this mighty man of valor called David. David was very courageous when he went to meet the giant Goliath. David was not just courageous, but very courageous. Yes, when he faced Goliath, he told him that, I know that you are big, you are big, you are learned in terms of military, I know that you are huge, I know that you are experienced, I know that you are mature, but out of the Lord that I serve, I know I have that courage that my Lord will deliver your big head in my tiny arms. And that's what happened. And after that, it is said that David was promoted to be the king of Israel, the second king of Israel here. Yeah, the Bible gives us another good example of this other courageous guy who was suffering from inferiority complex. His name was Gideon. Yes, this guy was not courageous instantly. Yes, he used to pray for deliverance in the land of Israel, but he didn't have the courage. That's why deliverance was delaying in that land of Israel. So it took the divine hand, it took an angel of God to come and give him courage by telling him, oh, you mighty men of valor, take heart, because you will deliver the children of Israel from the Midianites. Yes, this guy used to pray. This guy used to seek God. That's why when he was conversating with this angel of God, yes, he told this angel that the Lord said that he will deliver us. The Lord promised us that he will do this. The Lord promised, and that means this guy was religious. This guy used to fast. This guy used to believe, but his faith, his courage was not elevated or was not weighed into a superlative perspective. That's why this guy didn't see any potential in himself. This guy didn't see any breakthrough in his life. This guy didn't see any success in his life because he was just a commoner in terms of faith. He was just a commoner in times of belief. He was just a commoner in times of fast. Just like many of us, we are just commoners in prayer. We are just commoners in fasting. But we don't have that courage to command things in physicality. Remember what the Bible says? Christ said that he has given us authority to tread on scorpions and serpents, and they shall not hurt us. They shall not hurt us in any way. That means we have all the powers and authority. And the Bible says that we are given power and authority to open the heavens and close the heavens as we want. Why are we not closing the heavens and closing the heavens? And yet we are given that power and authority. It is because we have that courage. Yes, we believe that it can be possible. We believe that the Lord that we serve is the Lord who can make the possible impossible and the impossible possible. But because of that courage to the superlative perspective that is lacking in us, yes, it's what making us being delayed. Remember what the Bible says in the book of Isaiah, that my hand is not short that it cannot save, neither are my eyes blind that they cannot, my eyes are not blind that they cannot see. Neither my hand is not short that it cannot save, neither my ears deaf that it cannot hear. But it is your own iniquity. Where is this iniquity coming from? It's that small doubt that is in your heart. That small doubt that tells you, hey, there is no way I can pray for someone who is stricken with HIV or cancer to regain his health back, because maybe I'm not reached there. I'm telling you, you have already reached there. Yes, you are there, I'm telling you. It is because of lack of courage. It is because of demeaning, despising yourself that you are whom you are. Yes, a time has come that we have to believe very courageously and tell ourselves that a righteous man shall live by faith. Yes, I know that I want to live by. I know that the Lord called me, and whosoever the Lord calls is sustained. I know that I was not called to do this and this and this, but I was called to stand in that pulpit and preach. I know that when I will stand in that pulpit, all my debts, all my bills, all my needs will be taken care of, as what is written in the book of James, that the Bible says, Christ said somewhere, that come unto me all those who are heavy burdened, and I'll give you rest. So if the Lord, our Master, Jehovah Adonai, has promised to give us rest, why are we still burdened? Why are we still wanting? Yes, David puts it this way, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So if you have God, there is no need, you can still want. Why? Because He is Jehovah, your provider. Jehovah Jireh, the Lord your provider. He is Jehovah Rapha, the Lord your healer. He is Jehovah Shalom, the Lord your peace. So there is no need, there is no way you can go to seek peace. You can go to seek health. You can go to seek provisions from any other source. If you have that courage, that strong courage in your God. Yes, today I was too broke. Very early in the morning, I didn't have any money. I had a visitor that he was supposed to travel to Mombasa today, and his car was not full. It had a dry tank because yesterday night we roamed too much. So we were thinking, where are we going to get this money from? So I had some extra cash in my pocket, but out of that extra cash, I didn't have stock in food. I didn't have fly in my house for food, something like that. And my brother was almost running off. So I was wondering, what will I do? So I told that guy, this is the money that I have, so keep it, take it. So that guy started beating me and telling me, hey, where will you get food from? How will you survive? How will you make it? I told him, just take this money. I know that the Lord that I serve will sustain me. And that's how I live. And I'm telling you, after that man left immediately, 45 minutes later, the Lord regained me back to life and brought food and abundance in my table. And that's the Lord that we serve. I was telling some guys here that it takes courage for us to reform and transform this church. Yes, it takes courage for us to buy electrical equipment in this church. Yes, you just have to bow and tell God, I want to give 10K out of it, and the Lord will provide that 10K for you. Remember, the Bible says that it is the Lord who gives the sower the seed to sow. So there is no need, there is no way you can hustle to get that seed to sow. The Lord will just provide it for you. Why are we afraid in the house of God? Why are we striking ourselves with inferiority complex, with doubt, with double-mindedness in the house of the Lord? Yes, we need to be very courageous. We need to tell God that we are going to make it, whether the devil likes it or not. Yes, I know that they have been passing through disappointment. I know that there are some people who have disappointed me in life, but out of the kind that I have, I know that the Lord that I serve will never leave me nor forsake me. I know that human beings may disappoint me, but my Lord will never disappoint me. I know that out of great mess, there is greatness. Yes, just have that courage within you. Just have that courage in your heart. And that very great courage, that courage to the superlative point of view, and you start living by grace. You will start seeing that grace with your naked eyes. There is no way you can see grace with your naked eyes if you are not very courageous. Yes, if you are courageous, you will smell grace. You will feel grace, but you never see it. But if you are super or very courageous, you will see this grace with your eyes. And that's why the Bible gives us the story of this guy called Job. Yes, Job was a righteous man who feared the Lord and shunned evil. Yes, he used to engage himself in a traditional religion. Yes, it is said that his grace was there out of that courage that he had in his God. But it reached a point that the Lord tested him, because God is tested by fire. So as he was being tested, yes, his courage was turned to be extra courage, not very courage. He was turned to be courageous, from to be courageous to very courageous. Sorry, yes, from courageous to be very courageous. And what happened? It is said that his later days were blessed than his first days. Why? Because of his courage. You know, if you want your later days to be blessed than your former days, you have to be very courageous. Yes, if you want transformation in your life to a superlative perspective, you don't need to be courageous, but very courageous. Yes, if you want healing in totality in your life or in your body, you need not to be courageous, but very courageous. If you want your prayers to be effective, yes, from today, just turn from courageous to very courageous. I think to be very courageous, the antidote is the medicine to all problems, to all difficulties, to all disasters that are daring to devour us. Yes, you need to be very courageous to be promoted. Yes, it is said that these 3 Israeli teenagers, while they were facing the wicked king of the ancient Chaldean, King Nebuchadnezzar, yes, these guys were very courageous by telling this king that we know that the Lord we serve will deliver us out of this fiery furnace, and even if he will not deliver us, we are not going to bow down to your image. Yes, you better die, because we know the history of the Lord that we serve. Yes, he's the Lord of Elijah, Elisha, Samson, Moses. He's the Lord of Joshua. He's the Lord of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the Lord of Gideon. He's the Lord of Deborah. He's the Lord who sustains, who blesses. He's the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. He's the Lord who cast these demons that want us to worship into the pit, into the abyss. He's the Lord who devoured the devil and his army and bind them into hell to burn and to be tormented forever and ever. So there is no way we can divert our attention from serving our God, even if we are strangers in this land, even if we are captive in this land. We are not going to bow down to our image, to your image. We need to be courageous. Why? Because the Lord that we serve is a great God. He will sustain us and he will keep us. I know that out of this great mess, there is a great mess that will come our way. Even if we die, we'll go to heaven. And if we survive, we will be promoted. So, we have to praise the Lord that we serve. We have to worship the Lord that we serve, and him alone is deserved to be worshipped. It took courage to a very higher perspective for these teenagers to respond to threats from this wicked king of the ancient Chaldeans. And what happened in return? Yes, the same wicked king promoted them. Remember, there was no fast there. There was no giving there. There was no baptism there. But there was courage. I'm telling you, even if they cast you into fire that is added 7 times, just step in that fire courageously, believing and trusting in God by standing with the verses and that what is written in the book of the law, by saying that I know that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not worry. I know that this is the valley of the shadow of death that I'm passing, but his staff shall comfort me. I know that as I serve him, his goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. So I know that these things that are coming my way are not coming as a surprise. They may surprise me, but they may not surprise my God. I know that my God will take me out of this mess with greatness, instantaneously and spontaneously. So this is just a way of my promotion. This is not a way of my elevation. This is not a way of being taken to another sphere in matters spiritual. So I worry less and I fear less. Yo, I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. Yes, have that courage. God has you. You know, some many people think that Tony maybe has some other source of getting money. Maybe Tony is doing some funny stuff outside there to get some money. But I normally tell people that me just live the way I live. And the way you see me is who I am. I just live believing and telling myself that I know my Redeemer living. And things happen to me for my advantage, for my own good. So we need to have that extra courage so that we live by the grace, so that we feel this ministry with members and congregants. We need that extra grace for us to move from this place to a bigger place. We need that extra courage for us to buy our own land. Yes, we need our courage for us to be expanded and expounded. Sometimes I don't even pray for this church. Sometimes I tell God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, remember the prayers that we have been praying for that church, and visit them because they are recorded in your store, in your file store. So you just visit them and do according to the prayers that you used to make, but they must stand with your will. And they keep quiet. Sometimes I tell God, today I don't have to pray for 1 hour, not 7 hours. When I was watching someone preaching in the TV, a pastor telling his congregation that if you can't pray for 5 hours, yes, there is no way. If you can't pray for 5 hours, that means you don't know what you are doing. Especially if you are a man of God. If you can't pray for 6 hours, you are powerless, you are useless. No. I came to learn and understand that it doesn't mean that if you pray for 6 hours, you receive 6,000 powers. No, what takes the powers of God to come your way is His will. There is no way you can pray for 6 hours by forcing yourself praying for 6 hours. Yes, it takes the will of God. It takes the grace of God for you to pray for 6 hours. So if the Lord has not willed for you to pray for 6 hours, how can you do it? If you do it, you just pray by your own mind. You pray by your own intelligence. And that prayer will just be a noise-making prayer. It takes the will of God, it takes the grace of God for you to pray for 6 hours. But it takes courage to the highest level for you to receive from the prayers you make. So it doesn't matter if you can pray for 7 hours, the 20 hours, the 24 hours. What matters is the courage you have in your prayers. Yes, I was reading in the Bible about the miracles that Christ used to do in the Bible. Yes, he never struggled doing these miracles. They used just to tell some people about it that you may see. Some he used to command them just stand up and they stood. The dead Lazarus used to tell he told Lazarus, just arise. This man is not sleeping, he's not dead, he's sleeping. Arise and come my way. And that's what happened. Yes, when he was dealing with the demoniac, those demons just looked at him and were afraid and manifested. And he commanded them out of that person without struggle. Amen. Why was he not struggling? It's because of that courage that was in him. Yeah, that's why the Bible says, faith without works is dead. So what is this works? This works is that courage. Yeah, that courage is the power that pushes that faith that you have to reach your God. That courage is that force, that power, that force or that power behind that faith that you have to pull health in your body. Amen. Bwana asifiwe sana. Yes, courage is the power behind the faith that we have. Yes, everyone believes, even non-Christians, they have that faith, that some have that faith that there is God. Even non-believers, those who are not even somewhere in spirituality, they have that faith that there is God somewhere. Yeah? So what changes, or the difference between such people and us is that we are given that grace of having that courage that with God all things are possible. But the outsiders, they believe, but they don't have that courage. That's what turns people to be mainstreamers. Yes, mainstreamers, they believe that there is God, but they can't take that mandate to tap from God because they don't have that courage. They just believe in their tongues, but not deep inside their heart. So spiritual growth is whereby someone has that courage, has that urge, has that mojo of seeking God to the deepest perspective. Remember the day that I was teaching about 3 levels of prayer? There is search, there is seek, search, and knock. Yeah? So I was telling us that person who has reached that stage of knocking, yes, the person that doors gets opened to. So there is no way you can receive. There is no way you can receive from God if you are not there. You need to be there for you to receive from there. Amen.
Amen.
One has a view.
Amen.
So we may be waiting for the Lord, and the Lord may be waiting for us. Yes, you are waiting for the Lord to do something, but the Lord is waiting for your courage to do that what you are waiting for. You know the day we bought these plastic chairs, it really touched me. Yes, you are seated, waiting and anticipating how we can take the plastic chair. So someone was saying, you just have to wait for the Lord to give us money, and we do it privately. Some say that we need to include church members. Some say that we need to do it as youths. Some people give opinions. But there was that urgency of the matter, yeah, in which it happened as per the urgency of the matter. If you can do such a thing, just like that, I know that we can do very, very many things that can elevate us to another level if we have that courage. Brother, this was a few. Yes, fear may tell you that you don't have what it takes to get what you want. But courage will tell you that as far as you have God, you can do all things through He who strengthens. Yes, fear may tell you that, hey, that test, that temptation, that opponent, that boss is too rude, is too fearless. There is no way you can confront him. But that courage, to the superlative perspective, will tell you and whisper to you that with God, you have power and authority to tread on scorpions and serpents. So you have to make sure that you read between the lines of our thoughts and discern that whisper of courage and the other whisper of fear. So if you detect courage and fear in your mind, you have to make sure that you extinguish the fire of fear in your mind and stir up the fire of courage within you, so that you may receive from God, so that you may see the goodness of God in your life, so that you may be elevated, so that you may succeed in all the areas of your life. Let us not respect sons of men. Let us not fear sons of men, but let us fear the Lord that we serve. Let us not wait for sons of men to come and bless us. Let us not wait for a dollar to come and elevate this church. Let us not wait for Mzungu to step in here, for people to see Mzungu here, so that they may flock and increase our congregation. No, let us not wait for such things. Those are conscientious absurdity. What we need to do is, we need that courage by telling God, yeah, this is the same church you start, this same church you started, it's you. It's you, the same person, who will elevate us and take us to the level that you think we belong. Because what you think is too great and too mighty than what we think. Maybe our thinking may direct us to a donor. Maybe your thinking may direct us to a rich guy. Maybe your thinking may direct you to a politician, not a chief, not a DO, not a PC, to give you a land. Yeah? But the thoughts of God, according to the book of Isaiah, are higher than mightier than our thoughts. Yes, according to the book of Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20. Yes, if you trust in Him, you will do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can think nor imagine for. Yes, David puts it this way: such knowledge is too wonderful, you cannot attain it. Amen. Yes, you want a car. How can you get a car? I know that what I need to get this car as a believer, yes, I have to kneel down and pray. Just that's it. But for a commoner, for a logic person, yes, you have to look some ways. So you have to look for ways of how to get that car, where he will park it, and how he will maintain it. But as a believer, what do you need to get that car? Just think down and pray. Just as simple as that. Let us not complicate things as far as we have God in our lives. Let us not divert our attention as far as we have God in our lives. But what I need to have the Mungu Parona. Let us seek this God in truth and in spirit, and it shall be well with us. I remember when I started ministry, when the Lord called me into the ministry. Yes, I looked at my family and I saw that my family is too poor. There is no one who can sustain me. I looked at the church, our church. I saw this church, we are still struggling in matters finances. I didn't saw any help that will come from this church to sustain me as a full-time minister. But I'm telling you, out of my life, I can testify and tell people that truly there is God. So, if the Lord has done that to me, what about this church? What about the prayers that you have been praying for this church? Do you think that this church is just a church because of a church? No, there is powers in this church. There is favor in this church. There is the Holy Ghost in this church. And this church can be reformed and transformed without our struggle. Yes, without our ideas, without our logic thinking. This church can prosper. It can be expounded and expanded without our sweat. Remember, he who lives in a sweat lives in a curse. So if you struggle too much to succeed, if you struggle too much to make your ministry a success, yes, you are struggling or you are running or operating in a curse. And that's what happened to Adam. In your sweat you shall eat. Yeah, that's what it. But I know that as far as we are transformed and reformed, let us then go to renew our minds. Let us then go to renew our thought life, to renew our reasoning, so that we may depend upon Him and depend upon Him always. So that even if He connects us, let us not us who connect ourselves, but Him and Him alone. Because it's the Lord who deserves all the glory, it's the Lord who deserves all the honor, and He calls Himself Jehovah Jireh, the Lord our provider. So if you trust and believe in His provisions, I'm telling you, He will do provide for you. He will do sustain you. You know, most of us here, we are not, yeah, some of us are working. But even if I ask you, if it is that salary that keeps you from tarehe moja to tarehe 31, you tell me no. It is impossible. Why? Because it is impossible. It is the Lord who sustains, not the jobs that you are doing. Amen. It is the Lord who provides, not the hands that are working. So if you believe like that, if you live like that, I'm telling you, you will live a struggleless life. And that's what you are seeing in many churches. Yes, men of God in many churches nowadays are using tricks to fund their churches. Yes, some are selling anointing oils, some are selling anointing brooms, some are selling scarves. Yeah? Why? The intention behind it is to solicit money from the congregation. But I'm telling you, let us not go that way. Let us just wait upon the Lord. Let us just pray. Let us just keep on trusting, keep on believing, keep on fasting, and it shall come to pass. It may seem that it is late. It may seem that you are delayed, but if you have that courage, if you have that zeal of seeking God in truth and in spirit, I'm telling us that we will make it. He will never leave us nor forsake us. He who endures to the end, to the end shall be saved. Commit your ways upon the Lord, and it shall come to pass. Yes, just commit your ways in the Lord, and it shall do what? It shall do what? It shall come to pass. Amen. Let us stand.